Hello, people of God in our Wausau parishes, and welcome to this week's Quick Things, which is coming to you from the cemetery at St. John's Abbey. I'm going to swing around to see the graves of the monks who are buried here. Cross that you may have seen in the thumbnail. Behind me here, it's a cemetery, but it's a beautiful setting, as a lot of cemeteries are, especially, like our rural cemeteries around Wausau. Some beautiful settings. This overlooks Lake Sagatagan, which is part of the campus here at St. John's Abbey, which also includes St. John's University. Our group is touring the Abbey Woodworking Shop, which may not sound that intriguing, but they do some amazing work there, including they've begun a major international pipe organ manufacturing operation, which I had the tour last spring, and I had some other things that I'll get to another time of what I was doing while they're touring the wood shop. Here in the cemetery, I wanted to talk about a couple things this is an appropriate setting for. First of all, mainly 3 announcements, 4 maybe. Friday is the Solemnity of All Saints, in which we commemorate all the saints that we acknowledge by name, and those whose names and stories we may never know, as well as the potential that we might all these saints. We will worship at 12:10 at Resurrection and at 6 p.m. at St. Anne on Friday. It is a holy day of opportunity / obligation, or obligation / opportunity. Remember, just depending on which context you want to look at it at. That's something I have to do, or something that would be a really great opportunity to do. So that's Friday. Then this weekend, at all of our masses, at all of our parishes, we will commemorate our faithful departed, and we will call out by name those of our communities who have died this past year. And that'll initiate kind of a month of remembering our faithful departed. The church has a tradition of doing that, and they do here at St. John's as well. Among the things that our group will be invited to do are to leave the names of those who have died, who will be put before the Abbey or the monastic community here in prayer during the month of November. On Saturday at St. Michael's, this is for parishioners from Eastside parishes, St. Michael and Resurrection, there will be a chili supper served from 5 to 6:30. Maybe a good reason to join us for the 4 o'clock Mass at St. Michael's. Stick around for dinner afterwards, or join us sometime after 5 o'clock for that chili supper. I don't know if people from St. Anne's showed up, what would happen, but you could give it a try. Certainly some good chili and other things will be there to eat. That's at Saturday for Eastside parishes. Then also wanted to remind you of our Election Day prayer vigil. The church will be at St. Anne's will be open for prayer from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. If I can remember all the details, it will begin with Mass at 7 a.m. Then there will be adoration. That will lead into adoration of the Blessed Sacrament in church throughout the day. So people are invited to stop as you're passing by, or kind of make a detour around on your way to vote, or after you're finished voting, or maybe just to take a break from all the stuff that's been going on for the last several months, to pray for wisdom, for harmony, and for justice as we prepare to vote, as we kind of make our way out of this voting process into the next phase of whatever awaits us. Rosary will be prayed at 7:30, Stations of the Cross at noon, the Divine Mercy Chaplet at 3, and then we will conclude with evening prayer, some simple prayer, preaching, music at 6:30, concluding with benediction. So again, that's the Election Day prayer vigil on Tuesday. There are other things I wanted to talk about, what Bishop Battersby shared with the priests when we gathered in La Crosse last week for our fall clergy conference, priests and deacons, what he talked about. And I will next week. I don't have my notes, and it's windy, and I just am not ready to talk about all that or share that with you now, mainly because I don't have this stuff with me. And then also to talk about the synod wrapped up on Saturday in Rome, and some of the commentary and observations about that. I am including in the Quick Things email The final document, which was voted on, all 350 plus participants approved this document. The first time a major synod document was approved by anyone other than bishops. It was approved by lay representatives or clergy who were part of that gathering, who were not bishops. That in itself is significant. And I'm not sure that we, as we read it, may realize the significance of it. I think, as some have observed, and this is true of the Second Vatican Council as well as the synods that have followed, the significance of much of these things comes later as we begin to implement and ponder and enact some of what's been discussed. So I am including that final synod document in the Quick Things email, and we'll talk more about all of that in upcoming weeks. So again, All Saints on Friday, worship at 12:10 and 6 p.m. Resurrection in St. Anne, precisely. All Souls this weekend at all of our masses. Chili dinner at St. Michael's for Eastside parishes on Friday from 5 to 6:30, and then the Election Day prayer vigil on Tuesday from 7 to 7 at St. Anne. Be well all you holy men and women. Pray for us.